Hello everybody, thank you for coming tonight. I hope you can all hear me okay. My name is Kenn Nesbitt. I am the immediate past U.S. Children's Poet Laureate. I live here in Spokane. I've been here for 20 years now. And I'm going to try and see if in the next 13 to 15 minutes I can get through one poem from each of my poetry collections. My first book is this one here called The Aliens Have Landed at Our School. And I'll be reading a poem called Advice from Dracula. Don't ever dine with Frankenstein. He feasts on flaming turpentine. He chomps and chews on soles of shoes and quaffs down quarts of oily ooze. At supper time he'll slurp some slime. He's known to gnaw on grisly grime. His meals of mud and crispy crud will curl your hair and chill your blood. Your hair may turn completely white. You may pass out or scream in fright. Your skin will crawl, your throat will burn, your eyes will bulge, your guts will churn, your teeth will clench, your knees will shake, your hands will sweat, your brain will bake. You'll cringe and cry, you'll moan and whine. You'll feel a chill run down your spine. You'll lose your lunch. You'll lose your head. So come and dine with me instead. My second book was unfortunately titled When the Teacher Isn't Looking, and Other Funny School Poems. Now, I fought very hard against that title because I didn't want teachers to think that I was encouraging their kids to act out in class. But the publisher said, get over yourself, it's funny. And it's a pretty good book, I think. So this is my personal favorite poem from the book. It is called Snow Day. Snow Day, Fred said. All play, let's sled. No school, just snow. Way cool, let's go. Fred ran in shed, had plan, got sled. Go slow, Mom said. I know, said Fred. Uphill went Fred, downhill Fred sped. Sled streaked on past, Mom shrieked, too fast! Snow blew, can't see, Fred flew, hit tree. Sled bent, Fred's head got dent. Poor Fred, he cried, now plays inside snow days. And they liked that, so we did a sequel called Revenge of the Lunch Ladies, the hilarious book of school poems. And this is probably my favorite book that I've written, so I always have a hard time selecting a poem from here, but tonight I'm going to do a little poem called School Supplies. Backpack, fruit snack, water bottle too, calculator, French translator, pink eraser, glue. Notebooks, workbooks, poster paper, pens, dictionary, stationery, presents for my friends. Lunchbox, tube socks, watercolors, tape, yellow pencils, plastic stencils, one for every shape. Wristwatch, stopwatch, cell phone, DVD, new computer, motor scooter, giant screen TV. That's my list of all I need to buy. I never knew a shopping list could make my mother cry. And this one's a little song. You all know the song Frere Jacques? Yeah. Yeah, you know, it was Frere Jacques, right? That's the one. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of sort of accidentally forgot to learn French.
And so I never knew what the song was about. And so what I did is I translated it into English, all right? But I'm not sure this is a 100% totally accurate translation since I don't speak French. So in English, Frere Jacques, it turns out, is ferret sucker. Ferret sucker, come with me, let's go see. I have heard that mainly ferrets play insanely. That sounds great, I can't wait. Ferret sucker, there's a kick, hard and quick, aiming at the goalie, but he's moving slowly. Hit his snout, knocked him out. Ferret sucker, what a shocker. Holy cow, what's up now? Took a new approach and aimed it at the coach, and he's out cold. That was bold. Ferret sucker, off their rocker. This is bad, they've gone mad. Sending balls a-flying, audience is crying. Got us too, big boo-hoo. Game is over, ferrets win, see them grin, that was such a thrill, hey, I can't wait until they play again, let's go then. This is perhaps my favorite title. This lovely little collection is called The Armpit of Doom. And this selection is called My Brother's Not a Werewolf. My brother's not a werewolf, though it often looks that way. He has to shave his whiskers almost every single day. His feet are getting furry, and his hands are sprouting hair. His voice is deep and growling, like a grumpy grizzly bear. He often sleeps throughout the day and stays up half the night. And if you saw the way he eats, you'd surely scream in fright. His clothes are ripped and dirty like the stuff a werewolf wears. His socks and shirts are shredded, and his pants have countless tears. If you should ever meet him, you'll discover what I mean. My brother's not a werewolf. He's just turning 17. The follow-up collection was this one called The Biggest Burp Ever. And this is probably my favorite poem from the book. It is called My Mother Said to Do My Chores. My mother said to do my chores, to dust the shelves and mop the floors, and wipe the walls, and wind the clocks, and scoop the kitty's litter box, and walk the dog, and feed the fishes, and wash and dry the dirty dishes, and clean my room, and take a bath, and read a book, and do my math, and pick up all my Lego blocks and put away my shoes and socks, and hang my shirts and fold my pants and water all the potted plants and organize my toys and games and straighten up the picture frames and polish all the silverware and brush my teeth and comb my hair and rake the leaves and mow the lawn, and on and on and on and on. She said I'll get to have some fun as soon as all my chores are done. With all the chores I have to do until my mother says I'm through, like study for an hour or two, and peel potatoes, and stir the stew, and fix a vase with crazy glue, and practice tuba till I'm blue, and wash the dog with pet shampoo, and sweep the chimney and the flue, and scrub the tub and toilet too, and pick up piles of puppy poo. It looks like I'll be 93 before I get to watch TV. to do just one more from this book because I love this poem. It doesn't ring as well with kids, but just because the vocabulary is a little high. But since it's pretty much all grown-ups here, let's do it. This is called Dizzy Dottie's Dog Salon. At Dizzy Dottie's Dog Salon, we'll fix your Fido's fur. We will clip and comb his canine coat and color his coiffure. We will primp your Pomeranian and gussy up your pug. We will brush your beagle's back and scrub his scruffy little mug. Could your poodle use a crew cut? Does your boxer need a bob? Want an afro for your spaniel? Come let Dottie's do the job. Get your setter new extensions. Send your shepherd for a shave. Bring your harrier for highlights or your whippet for a wave. From a bouffant to a beehive, from a buzz cut to a bun, all the hairdos here at Dottie's are affordable and fun. Drive your doggy down to Dottie's for our groomings and shampoos, where we don't do cuts for kitties, but we do doggy doos. This book I love because it is my only book that comes with an audio CD in the front cover so that you can play Frisbee with your dog. Yeah, the other reason I love this book is because it's my biggest book and it's my heaviest book, and it makes an excellent weapon for whacking your brother in the head when he's bugging you.
Nice.
Yes. Oh, and it also has the biggest cover price.
How does that work on husbands?
Yeah. Here's a little fairy tale. This is the story of Rapunzel. Now, if you've ever read the story of Rapunzel, well, the actual true story of Rapunzel is that the witch locks her up in the tower, and the prince discovers that she's up there, and so every day he comes to the castle and he says, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, please let down your hair." And she ties her hair around a hook and lowers it down. And he climbs up, and they canoodle, and then every day he brings a little silk hanky. And he tells her that what they're going to do, this is the plan, they're going to tie these little silk hankies together, and when they have enough of them, they're going to climb down this thing. Now, I don't know why he didn't just bring a rope. But, so I rewrote the story. This is the way it should go. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, you've cut off your hair. Your billowing tresses are no longer there. That mohawk you're sporting is spiky and pink. I'm really not certain just what I should think. I came here expecting to clamber a braid, ascending your tower to come to your aid. Instead, I have suffered the greatest of shocks to find that you've cut off your lovely blonde locks. Prince Charming, Rapunzel replied, I have no intention of being your bride. We will not get married, we will not elope. I've cut off my hair and I've braided a rope. You came here to visit me once every day and promised that soon you would take me away. But you were too clueless to even conceive of cutting my hair off so we could just leave. I cannot believe you were such a big dope. I come and I go as I please with my rope. And so I'm afraid I can't give you my hand in spite of the fabulous wedding you planned. From then on, Rapunzel was known through the land. She toured the world in a rock and roll band. And silly Prince Charming, with rocks in his head, rode off and got married to Snow White instead.
Nice.
This is my newest poetry collection. It is called Bigfoot is Missing. I co-authored this book with J. Patrick Lewis, who was the U.S. Children's Poet Laureate immediately prior to me. When we decided to do this, neither of us had any idea that I would become the Children's Poet Laureate, so it was just serendipitous that this book wound up being written by 2 U.S. Children's Poets Laureate. This is poems about cryptids, which are those creatures that may or may not exist, like Chupacabra and the Loch Ness Monster and so forth. And the publisher wanted to incorporate the poems into the graphics. So we have, all sorts of things, water bottles and toothpaste and the Loch Ness Monster. You know those signs they have at swimming pools that say, warning, no running, no horseplay, no diving, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured that where they really need one of those is at Loch Ness. So I wrote the sign, and it reads, "Warning, no lifeguard on duty, no horsing around, stay out of the water or risk being drowned. No diving, no swimming, or things could get messy. Sincerely, the management, aka Nessie."
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, and then at the back of the book, there's a little paragraph about each one of the creatures listed in the book, because there are some creatures in here, many actually, that you've probably never heard of. Shifting gears a little bit, I wrote a board book, a bedtime book for babies. This one is my first book that is not funny, but I think you might like it anyway. This is called Kiss, Kiss, Good Night. When baby bunnies go to bed, their mothers kiss them on the head. Inside their burrows, warm and deep, they close their eyes and fall asleep. When little kittens need to nap, they snuggle in their mother's lap, and bundled up in fluffy fur, they shut their eyes and start to purr. When lambs are tired and hit the hay toward the end of every day, their mothers, keeping close at hand, will nuzzle them to slumberland. When cuddly cubs begin to doze, their mothers stroke them on the nose, then grumble softly in their ear. In bear, that means, "Good night, my dear."
Oh.
When sleepy chicks are in their nest and getting ready for their rest, their mother chickens hug them tight, then peck their cheeks and chirp, "Good night." And with that nuzzle, kiss, or hug, the animals sleep warm and snug, the way that babies always do when mothers tell them, "I love you." And last but not least, this book isn't out yet. I just got my first author copy this week. This week, yep. Thank you.
Yay!
This is a collection of, this is the first anthology that I have edited. It is a collection of over 140 poems from over 130 poets from around the world. It is called 1 Minute Till Bedtime. These are poems that can be read in an average of 1 minute that are suitable for reading to your young child at bedtime. It's illustrated by Christoph Niemann, who is a very well-known illustrator for the New York Times and the New Yorker and so forth. And I just found out yesterday that its first review was a starred review from Kirkus. So
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. So this is, and I'll just read one from here. This book is divided into 7 sections. I should have put a post-it note in here, but I didn't. And I wrote a little introductory poem for each section, and those poems are all a conversation between a child and his teddy bear. I think I'll have to use the table of contents to find what I'm looking for. Page 49. There we are. Have I told you? Ted, have I told you you're cushy and cozy? You're comfy to cuddle and hold when I'm dozy. I love how you nuzzle so fuzzy and snug. There's no one I'd rather have here for a hug. So read me a page, and I'll read one to you. We'll sing till we're sleepy, and then, when we're through, We'll tuck in our covers, we'll shut off the light, and drift off to dreamland together tonight.
Aw.
And I checked with Barnes & Noble, and they did say that you can pre-order this book here tonight. So it comes out November 1st.